Welcome to yet another episode of the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories, a series of conversations with CXOs over chai or coffee, if that's your preference, brought to you by ET Edge, where we talk about their lives, hobbies, interests, and touch upon various other topics. The urgency and pressure on CXOs as they navigate the COVID-19 pandemic has been immense. And right now, we are in the midst of the second wave. These CXOs have been constantly monitoring myriad ways to ensure that their respective companies stay on course in the new normal. The incredible demands placed on them makes us often wonder how they have time for family, hobbies, or any personal downtime. And let's not forget that they are mere mortals. This initiative by ET Edge is aimed to create a deeper connection with them and to get a sense of what CXOs of several prominent companies do when they are not in CXO mode. Today, I have the pleasure of the company of Mr. Amandeep Singh Bawa, General Manager, Information Technology, Panasonic India Private Limited. Amandeep, welcome to ET Cutting Chai Stories.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the invite. I'm glad to be here with you.
Wonderful. So let's kick this off and let me ask you, we just talked about the pandemic and the lockdown. If you can share with us a couple of things, either at a personal level or in a professional capacity that you did during the lockdown that you had never ever done before the lockdown came into force.
Sure, Ivan. So talking about the lockdown, I think it's actually a sudden break from your routine. You never expected this to have happened. And in fact, no one was prepared professionally or personally on this matter.
True.
But yeah, looking forward to a positive side of what lockdown have really done in your own life. I think everyone would say that, okay, we have got more time with our families. We have got more understanding of what they are, what they do, and how we engage more effectively and how can we engage more effectively with them. So I think, everyone, and including me, got more closer to our families in this time, whether you're staying within the metropolitan cities or whether you're staying back when people got the opportunity going back to their homes in the towns or villages where they have been staying. And I think, that is something which has been on a positive side of what has happened during the pandemic. And that is where we have got more insights about what they are doing. Similarly, this also showcases on the other side of the coin what we do in our offices, how my meeting goes on, what are my daily routines, how I engage with my team members. Do I behave the same way like I behave in the office, or do there is a change in my behavior? So I think there are a lot of things which your kids, your family, they also understand from you, and they really appreciate that. Okay, the kind of effort you put for those 8 or 9 hours, where you give complete focus to your work, and then how you make sure you are there to improve the life of your customers, as well as you also help the family to achieve what they really want to do.
Absolutely.
From that point of view, I think we also try to give you a little more space to go for something which you have not done before pandemic. Like I was so much fond of gardening, but never got a time. So this really helped me, to be with the external support which I used to get while I'm not away from my home. Work with them, look for the grass, the plants, and then tend them, water them every evening or afternoon. So I think that is something which is really helping me to gain my something which I relished but never were able to do.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Very therapeutic, I'm sure, the watering of the plants and stuff like that, like you're saying, something that we never focused on before. Okay, my next question, let's rewind a little. I'm sure this is going to evoke some nostalgia. If you go back to the early years of your childhood, but be it school, preschool, college, was there anybody that influenced you in those formative years, and what ambitions did you have then as a teenager? If you could take us down memory lane.
Sure.
Amandeep, yeah.
Sure, Evan. And this is something which is very, everybody likes to talk about this, your childhood, and that's the best part to happen to any individual in the life. So I'm very fortunate to have a very good memories on childhood. A lot of friends, I have friends near my home. I have my school friends, and then we went to the colleges, and then that's a separate group. So many people who I connect with. So I really relish that I actually have uh, really had. Good friends. I can know what is the meaning of friendship is all about. And
Uh,
during that time, while you have all those things, there are a lot of the leaders, or there are a lot of person you always look forward to. You would like to become. But probably in my case, there was some, but it was not like that. I want to be him. I want to be like that. No, sorry, I didn't got that time, unfortunately. But yeah, I used to have a lot of fun. Cricket, hockey, football, badminton, a lot of skating, volleyball. Even to those point when you have, those days. Now people are more concerned to the mobiles and their games in their homes. But in our times, you can remember that very well. We never used to have those facilities. We always used to have the outdoors game, and that is where we always used to cherish that. But yeah, coming back to the question of the influence. My influence have a little background. I belong to a family which is business class family.
okay.
No, apart from very, maybe I can say just one. With my uncle. So apart from him, nobody was into the service. And my father was a timber merchant, and from all the my ancestors, they were always in the business how it has to be. So we getting myself getting into service has always been a history, and that history is more towards the hard times. There was a really hard time when I lost my father at the age of 14, and
Okay.
that moment you feel that okay, where we are, you have a lot of setup of business, but still you don't know. You have a lot of partners who are there in the business, but probably if you have to find your place, probably you need to work really hard to get that. So, uh, one of the wish of my father was that probably I should be attaining the maximum education possible. While he was a businessman, we never had a discussion with him that okay, I should be IAS, IPS, or engineer further, because he's a pure business guy. But
Right.
somewhere before he died, he had only one wish to my grandfather and my mother, that make sure these my kid gets maximum education, and let him do whatever he wants to. So I
Right.
think that made the very strong influence from him coming to me, that I need to be something which he want me to be. Though the direction was not clear, but only one direction was their education. So in our family, the college graduation was the final thing what you can do, and then you have to get into the business. That is how it has to be, and that is what I did. I did my graduation, and then after that, 12th, I did 12th, and then the graduation. So within after doing 12th, I was not having no view what we should be doing. So at that moment, I started working with one of my my cousin on their hardware computers. He was into business of like that. That okay, tomorrow I will also become a businessman, and I will get into the hardware of the computer business and all. But gradually, the more I got into the computer industry, I start okay, the software is also important, and then the journey started. So I believe the initial hardships influenced me to what I am today, and the blessing of the parents as well as my elders really helped me to be where I am today.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for sharing your journey. I know, it's a question that, we can talk about for hours, but in a very short span of time, you outlined most of what you've gone through. And thank you for being very open and frank about your early days.
Yeah.
Amandeep, who is your friendly ear? Someone who listens to you without judging you.
I'm so blessed to have three or four. So I will say that generally people do not have that. So I have my mother,
Okay.
my and I have my one of my best friend. So these three people, I can talk to them anytime on any topic, and I know they will always help me out with the right direction or right thought, what probably they will assume. So I'm blessed to have these three people with me who can always, I can, I can bank upon them, and I can always know that whatever suggestion they will give, that would be in best of my interest.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Great. It's so important to have a nice, objective support mechanism, somebody that you can talk to without any filters. Because sometimes, most of the times, people tell you things that you want to hear and not the honest truth.
Absolutely.
Amandeep, are you able to maintain a work-life balance in this current scenario? And if yes, what do you do to maintain that work-life balance?
So, I mean, big thing is that while you want to maintain a work-life balance, you need, or you have to let other do so. This experience I've got when I was into my second of my organization. I was working with them,
Right.
and believe me, Ivan, we were working day and night. That was a time when IT was, though it was advancing, but that is a really time of struggle. In our times, when I'm talking about 1998 or around 2000, when I really started my career for that point of view. So we used to work day and night, and many times, and I'm being very honest, many times we used to sleep in the office on the table, because
Okay.
back to home, coming back will waste time. So better you be there. You're already working till 2 a.m. midnight or 3 a.m. midnight, and you have to come back at 8 a.m. in the morning. So better stay there, sleep on the table or in the conference room, and start working on that. So one very interesting, incident happened. My sister-in-law, she was, and my brother, they were posted in Amritsar at that time. And one day I got a call from them in the middle of the night that they're not well. There's some medical emergencies there. So I called up my boss. The early hours of the day, I said that I need to have 2 days of off, and probably that is Saturday Sunday. So still I'm saying off because we were working Saturday Sunday, right? That was a time like that. So I said,
Mm.
okay, I have to go to this place. I have to help them out and help me out. So I will be available on call. Thankfully, mobiles were there that time. I will be available on call, and I will be making sure that whatever responsibilities I am managing, I can do that. He said, no, you cannot. So at that moment, that I still remember that pain. I still remember that frustration for that moment. And I said that I will never let this happen to my team members who will come to me.
Yeah.
I will let them have their life. Work is important, but at the same time, you need to take care of your family, your friends,
Absolutely.
who will be there in the hour of need. Office teams, office members may come, may go. You will change a job, you lose them. But your family, your friends, they are there forever. So I think that is the time when I learned that lesson, that let other people have time for their family and the need. And actually, Ivan, when you do that, they give 200% back to you. And I have seen this. My team members, if they need something out of this situation, or there is some difficult situation, it may be for 4 days, 10 days, 20 days, whatever. But when
Yes.
they come back and you support them in that time, they will make sure that nothing wrong happens to the leader who supported them in that time.
It's a lifelong commitment then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate that till now I'm in connect with all the members who have worked with in the industry, and till now they always appreciate and they want to work with me again whenever the chance comes in. I'm glad to have that kind of experience. I'm glad to have that kind of experience, though it was not
Sure.
a experience, but that helped me to learn a lot on this matter.
Wonderful. Well, great. I like the way this is going. Wonderful. What we're going to do, Amandeep, on that note, we'll move on to another section of this interview, which is called the one word, one line answer. I will ask you a question, and I'd be happy if you could respond in one word or one line. If it's 3 words that I want you to answer in, I'll specify that. It's going to be a fun session, and I'm sure you're going to like it. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Uh, Describe your journey thus far in 3 words.
Motivational, uh, inspirational, and contented.
Excellent. What's your favorite meal or dish?
Mughlai.
Okay, okay, wonderful. Uh, Most respected or admired Indian?
There's so many. There's so many. I'm just thinking, and though
Take your
I'm
time.
thinking, uh, in that case, I should say Sachin Tendulkar.
Wonderful. Okay. Would you rather be unable to use search engines or unable to use social media?
So if I could get the question, either of them.
So either of the two, uh, if you had to choose between you're not able to use search engines or you're not able to use social media, which one would you junk?
Social media.
Okay. What according to you is the most important invention ever?
I believe it would be light.
Okay, interesting. One hobby or interest you are passionate about?
Cricket.
Okay. What food, Amandeep, have you never eaten but would really like to try one day?
Um, Actually, I had a lot of the ones where I go. But yeah, so we have in Japanese, you have okonomiyaki. So I heard about that, but I never had
Okay,
that.
okay. Uh, which do you prefer of the two, logic or creativity?
Creativity.
Okay. Do you believe in fate or do you think we are in complete control over our circumstances?
I believe in faith.
Choose one of the two, chocolate or pickle.
Pickle.
Okay. Museum or amusement park.
Amusement park.
Okay. What would you title your autobiography?
Wow, never thought of that. Uh, so I will say a journey towards contentment.
Wonderful. If you had to delete all apps from your smartphone, but three, which three would you keep?
I will keep the one where I can order food, the one
Okay.
the one which keeps the start of my cricket,
Okay.
and the one where is the
And the one is a search.
search engine.
Okay, search engine. Wonderful. Okay. Would you prefer to have more time or more money?
More time and more money. So
Yeah,
can I say
choose
time with
one.
money? So can I say time with money?
So then more time, choose more time.
More time, yeah.
More time. Yeah, yeah. The
But
money
more
will
time,
come. Don't worry. Yeah, yeah.
money.
More time. Great, great, great. What is the cutest thing you did as a child? And I'm sure you were a very cute child, given the interaction I'm having with you. What is the cutest thing you did as a child that your parents still talk about today? I know you
So
lost your father. I'm sorry about that.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure. So we used to celebrate the birthdays, and we used to prepare handmade cards for them, and that used to be a very silent and very family, interventions, and the celebrations used to happen. So we used to give a surprise on that moment, and that is how what we used to spend sometimes. So that is what we be cherished, and we remember that. Or
Okay.
we brothers, we do that.
Right, right. I got it. I got it. The best way to run a meeting is.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yeah. So you have. I'm sure you have various meetings before the lockdown. Get into the conference room, have a meeting on X subject Y. So, what according to you uh, is the best way to run a meeting?
To have an open
Okay.
district
Okay. And the final question in this segment: life is incomplete
without you being honest.
without honesty. Okay. Great. Amandeep, I had a wonderful time engaging with you for the last 20 minutes. You were very honest, you were very open, and I've learned a lot from this interaction with you. I hope you had a good time too.
Thank you, Ivan. I'm also glad to be part of this initiative, and really had a very good connect with you. I'm sure I have been able to met your expectations and the teams. And thank you again for making me a
You,
part of
you did, and you exceeded them. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Amandeep Singh Bawa, General Manager, Information Technology, Panasonic India Private Limited. Do join us for future sessions of the Economic Times Cutting Chai stories that we will bring to you from time to time. Thank you.